Rambling for a rambling. It's time for the MickRamble. Much like the Brentalfloss ramble, only. Shut up! Meh. Okay, but for real. So, I read recently that Superman's adoptive kids, Usul Ra and Otho Ra, are kind of like, the sort of surrogate stand ins for Kid John. How about instead of them being surrogate stand-ins for Clark's son, just bring back Kid John and just have them be the other Superboy and Supergirl because just bring back Kid John. Come on, just have Teen John be a time clone or something, some sort of nonsensory. Whatever, okay? Infinite superhero children, gigantic Superman family. I'm all for it. Also, Chris Kent as Nightwing. Would like that. That'd be fun. He recently became a teenager in Suicide Squad. That was never fucking explained. And then he went into the Phantom Zone because he got his Phantom Zone powers back. Also, he was in a United States prison somehow, despite being the son of General Zod, who's ruler of the sovereign planet of Jakul, which is part of the United Planets. Let's just blame death metal. So much nonsense. So much nonsensory nonsense in this dancing clam world full of dancing clams that are eating your hams. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Kimi ni Todake. I recently learned that got an anime adaptation like 2 years ago. I don't know. I love it. I read the manga forever ago. It's a very cute romantic comedy series. A lot of female leads. No overly sexualized characters. Remember in like the Komi-san Can't Communicate show, they would sometimes make Komi's look a little too revealing. It's like, she's 15, guys. Calm down. Yingling. My favorite basic ass beer. Slightly better than Budweiser, but still just lager. Yingling. It's slightly better than Budweiser. Yeah. Yeah, for real. If you like it, you like it. It's like, that's like I've had better beers, better lagers out there. Choo 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 choo. Had some Thai food tonight. It was good. But white rice is an extra. Probably should have just gone to the Chinese food place that always give free white rice. But I had that Dash Pass. On the subject, if you get the Dash Pass, use it. Make sure to use it at least 4 times a month, because otherwise you're just spending $5 extra on nothing. Nah. Oh, cramble jamble, flamble tamble, Campbell mamble. Superboy, Man of Tomorrow, is coming out 5 months from now. So for anyone who was still impatient for more Connell stories like me, welcome to my hell. Also, the utter confusion why Connor's still calling himself Superboy despite being 19. He's older than John. It's weird. The 17-year-old kid who hasn't even finished college or high school, he's Superman, but Connor, of course, I don't think he finished college either. Maybe technically they should both be Superboys. Either they should both be Superboys or they should both be Supermen. That's where I'm at. Yeah, screw it. Both Supermen, whatever. It's whatever. Oh, what we got there? Nothing. Chamble clams. Clams. I like saying clams. Gonna try mixing it up. Dabro. Camabro. Helmet fell on a pike in Pittsburgh. Pericles, Patroclus. I still need to 100% Hades, but that game is hard. Oh boy, you know what I'm talking about. Pact of Punishment, baby. Woo! Once you think you kill Lord Hades, you think you're done, but no, it's all crazy gravy cakes. Whew. Hinto, tinto, minto. I still surprisingly haven't maxed out my mirror powers. That's the thing. Ugh. Just putting a lot of hours into that, and just trying to like max out your relationships with all the characters, but it's just so long. It's just so long, so much game, and trying to find the secret conversation tree that leads to Zagreus having a threesome. It's insanity, and yes, that's canon. What a fun game! I love it. Got a physical copy of Cuphead. Comes with a comic book. That's super fun. And the last course, yeah. Hope I can find a copy of issue 6 of DC Mech. It's a fun series. My comic store sold out because, it's what if the Justice League were piloting giant mech suits? It's fucking fun. Including Superman, but just so you know, it makes sense. His solar power powers the mech suit. Okay, like he's basically the battery for an even powerful Superman. Yeah, basically. Batman and Catwoman. Oh no. DC is just really forcing their relationship to just not be, and it's kind of getting uncomfortable. You probably, if you haven't seen my revamp of Catwoman 50, it's like, in essence, that ending was a 3 out of 5, but one, I feel like we're supposed to grieve for a guy that basically forced Catwoman to kill. And also, Valmont kind of sucked as a character. He was basically just Ghostmaker, only nothing. He was just Ghostmaker. He was basically just Ghostmaker, and he was, I don't know. There was going to be a Ghostmaker show. Man, the CW was running out of ideas, because that guy had nothing. Basically, at the point. He, just came out as a character that year, and he's just, Batman's wacky bisexual best friend and implied possible former lover, who also trained with him and all the same teachers as Batman. I love Ghostmaker, but his origin is dumb as hell, where it's like, it is I, Batman's former classmate, who he has never, ever mentioned until I showed up just now. It's basically like Hush. Basically a Hush. Oh shit, in Nightwing, they did that too, or one of the bad guys is Nightwing's childhood bully that we've never mentioned until just now, with a weird reversal origin. Oh boy, I like that comic too, but it's all just very genre all the way down. There's a little gas. If you like Teen Titans, closest you're gonna get is Titans United and the Titans Show, which, and before anyone says it, it is accurate to the comics in some ways. It's, primarily Starfire, where it's just the one thing that I am so sick of people saying is, just because her name's Starfire doesn't mean her powers are fire. I know I've said that before, but read the comic books. Sometimes her powers would look like fire. Also, for anyone who ever said, it's called the Teen Titans. They also made a book called Titans, where the former Teen Titans were adults. This version is just kind of mixing the two, I guess. Also has Superboy for some reason, even though he was in Young Justice first, but that's neither here nor there. Except for Young Justice, I love the show, but that is a very tonally inaccurate adaptation. You know, the original comic was a lot more silly and whatnot. And for some reason, Dick Grayson overtakes Tim Drake's role. That was weird. I don't know why they did that. Like, it was pretty much more of a Teen Titans story featuring Superboy than it was a Young Justice most of the time. Yeah. Also, like, Young Justice Phantoms felt just kind of long. Am I right? That was a long one. I liked parts, you know, like the when Razor showed up, implying that, you know, Green Lantern animated was canon and is gonna continue. You know, that's fun. And I don't know. It just felt like the multi-arc structure thing just was a good experiment, but I think they should go for more a streamlined story like in season 3. Also, fucking followed through with Brion's arc because he barely got any exposure that season. What the hell was going on? Weird. Final note on Young Justice Phantoms. What the fuck was up with that Atlantis plot? Like, why did you think that would work, Vandal Savage? Do you really think you could trick literal space gods? No, baby. You dumb. You a dumb baby. Dumb. Shazam was delayed, the new comic book by Mark Waid, so I'm a note on that. Billy Batson, come on. Like that. Did the recent Shazam story ending where Mary Marvel was like the new Shazam in Philadelphia because Billy's off in space doing crazy magic nonsense and isn't allowed to be a teenager anymore? Yeah, Teen Titans Academy was not a great comic. This is a very weird year in DC. Like this year and the last, it was very weird. Last 2 years, yeah, I don't know. Suicide Squad. Also, I really hope that Brian Michael Bendis' Naomi season 2 wasn't like a swan song for the character because, and I'm really trying to say this as nicely as possible because Naomi was one of the better things he did for DC. I feel someone else could write her better or at least give her better adventures, you know? It's not to say Naomi is not a bad heroine, it's just she's pretty much magical girl Superman. And as I say, Superman, not Supergirl, because she's female. No. You know, pretty much the exact same origin as Superman. You know, parents sent her to another world because their planet was all fucked up and whatnot. You know, but she's basically like some magical metahuman type thing. I should also imply, debatably magic, because in his Justice League run, her powers enhance magic, so that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, magical girl Superman, and you know, it's interesting. She was implied to be a mentor from the beginning, but I feel you gotta work more for that, because before she became a superhero, there was, like, no indication of whatever she wanted to be in life before this, what her hobbies were. It's like, in the TV show, they do a lot more with that. Where it's like she's in debate club, she's very political, and she's the #1 Superman fan. Well, she should have been the #1 Superman fan, and I'd blame this on the writers, but in the second episode, she meets D, and he says, "I am from Thanagar." And her immediate reaction wasn't, "Whoa, Thanagar? Like Hawkman? He's real too?" Because it seems like she magically knows everything about Superman, but nothing else containing to DC Comics for some reason. And, I wish they made like a tunnel vision joke about that in the show. It was like, like I said, one of the better CW DC adaptations out there, but, that one aspect is like a very minor criticism of it. But also, even more so, Naomi still in the show still had more character and more of a character arc with how she got into her powers and who she was going to be, where it's like, also in the comics, she was also not just magical girl Superman, but also pretty much magical girl Harry Potter. Let's get real here, folks. Zumbato was Voldemort. He is fucking Voldemort, and his cronies were his goddamn punk-ass Death Eaters. Subject of his cronies in season 2, they looked awesome, but they had no personality, and it's like, I felt that Naomi, the comic book, could have had more time to breathe. Yes. Talked about Teen Titans, I think. We'll talk about it again. Yeah, I don't see that getting a new comic book series anytime soon due to, how awkward Teen Titans Academy was and how they keep blowing up Titans Tower. I Am Batman. I'm not sure if that's going to get another series. I hope it does. I like it. I love the Fox family drama. And I don't know. Yeah, I'm out of steam. Short ramble. Well, 2-minute short ramble, but there we go.